Hey, this is part one. London. This is part one in a new series which I like to call Abigail Vlogs in Really Awkward Locations, or Aviar Low. So this is my garage. I'm vlogging in here because there are too many people in the house and I don't like it. I'm really glad that you like the Graveyard Book. My favourite characters in the Graveyard Book would probably be Silas, just like you. Bod, and also the writer, I don't know if you've got to this bit yet, but the writer who hides all of his work underground, and also of course the ghost girl who bears many similarities to Letty Hempstock. And speaking of Letty Hempstock, we do not speak ill of the almost dead, or the almost sort of kind of nearly in a way dead. And well done for finding and naming your sword. Gladys is an excellent name for a sword. Are you going to decorate it? Because you are welcome to use the paints when you come over to my house, but of course you do not have to. I'm glad that you are enjoying gardening, although you said that almost all of the guys there were nice. Was somebody mean to you? Because I will give them the tally off of their life. People scream and run when I come at them with my words. Okay, I'm going to run out of power soon, so we're going to be quick. I got your poems, and you can expect a critique very soon. And just from having looked at the titles, they seem really... So yeah, my camera ran out of batteries earlier, so I had to move. After my camera ran out of batteries, I no longer fully trust my camera. It just seems a bit dodgy. I think it's really interesting what you were saying about, you described it as cosmiciness of the end of the ocean at the end of the lane. And I totally get what you mean about the cosmic kind of worlds in the atmosphere in Neil Gaiman's books. You talked about how you liked the cosmiciness in the ocean at the end of the lane more than you liked the cosmiciness in in Nancy Boys and stuff. I think, to be honest, I'm gonna not call it the cosmiciness anymore. The kind of the surreal, otherworldly nature of the worlds that Neil Gaiman creates, the little worlds in the novels. They're my favourite parts of it. In Nancy Boys, when Fat Charlie goes into the land of all the animal gods and he convinces them to get rid of Spider. That world is so cool because it's not explained entirely what's going on. He just does this magical ritual with all of the old ladies and suddenly he's in this strange other world. I think that thing that you said about memories was a really perceptive thing actually, because I think the whole point of those worlds is that it's not about explaining the specific nature of the world. It's not about explaining how they exist and where they exist in relation to our world. It's just about the perception of them, the narrator's perception of those worlds. And so they usually are quite vague and quite in the person's head as well, which I love so much because that would be how it was if you were actually experiencing it. So it really feels like you can experience those worlds firsthand. For example, I thought of a kind of cosmic-y bit in American Gods when they're on the house, they're in the house on the rock and the big carousel is going around and you see all of the other old American gods and you see Mr. Nancy and first he's a spider and then he's Miss Nancy in his Nancy Boys form, and it's not explained how it's happening and there's no kind of science fiction rationalization about it, and it's not even it's not explained through some kind of arbitrary magic in fantasy. It just is it's visual and you see it through the narrator's eyes. And also that cosmic quality is so hard to achieve. When I've ever tried to imitate that style, it always comes off as so much more down to earth or just so much more abstract and less kind of understandable. And yet the thing that I really like about those scenes in Neil Gaiman's work is that you get what he's getting at, and you totally see the world that he's trying to create and you understand the flavour, like you said, of what he's trying to create. And yet it's so so surreal and so abstract from the rest of the world of the story. Yeah, I started reading The Catcher in the Rye. We've been talking a lot about books this video. I'm sorry that my hair looks like this, by the way. I'm actually in the middle of dyeing it, so yeah, that's why it looks like this. It will not look like this soon. And since you got Mono to say hi, I am getting Herbert to say hi as well. And now I'm going to say bye, because I actually don't have anything else to say. Bye.